Jesus Christ.
So working on implementing a couple quick things for the Kickstarter video.
It's not a couple and it's not quick. We've spent like 2 fucking days doing this.
Alright, it's actually a very gross misunderstatement.
Tyler's like, I have this idea for the Kickstarter video. We're gonna like do all this epic cutscene stuff, like dynamic day and night, and make all the NPCs behave differently. And in the back of my mind, I'm like, you're fucking crazy. That's like overly ambitious, but he actually pulled it off, and I'm so glad he didn't fucking listen to me. But he still reads.
Trying to get a jump working. So apparently there's some issue with the engine calling it. So I manually replaced the stand state with jump, and apparently I have 3
Jeez.
And I'm Elvis.
He looks like he's jerking off. Jesus Christ, dude. That is hilarious.
Well, it's like some thriller shit.
Alright, the prodigal children have arrived. We have Dan from somewhere in Europe. Both of them. We have Leandro from somewhere in Europe. And they come here to like this fucked up house. Everything looks like shit. We're gonna need you guys to not stop working for a week straight.
Found it.
We got this far, so
Yeah.
we won't stop now.
So we all just kind of woke up at, what, 8 p.m. or some shit?
8:50.
We've all been like on different sleep schedules, so it's like we're fucking deving in shifts. Someone's always working in this room.
I didn't wake up. Why did I stay here?
Fuck have you been up to? Shit. The fucking bump and specular mapping. So let me preface this with saying that our article for Indie Game Magazine is what we're crunching for right now. We need 12 to 14 high quality HD screenshots for them. Leandro's over there working on the beautiful cover art for that. We're the cover story. And then say nobody got time to not do it, Dan is working his ass off on the actual Kickstarter campaign and page over there. And Tyler and I are trying to gather like screenshots and get everything pristine.
Eddie will be here in like 20 minutes.
Yeah, Eddie's driving over. Fucking spoilers for the Kickstarter page.
Excuse the lines.
He's doing his mock-up magic over here. You've got Lua up too. Makes you look really. Is that Lua?
No, that's.
Oh fuck! I'm just used to always seeing Lua in
That's CSS
in that editor.
processing.
Oh nice. He's making our stuff look really trendy.
Yeah.
Leandro.
Oh, no spoilers. Read
Oh
the
okay,
magazine.
okay. Yeah. Good idea. Good idea. Buy the goddamn magazine.
What is that Google Glass?
That is Google Glass. And
How does it look like?
Eddie here has put the Elysian shadows on Google Glass. Theoretically.
Yeah.
He drove from Arkansas. Shit. Yeah, we're being a little ambitious. Okay, I see you. 106. Okay, glass.
Alright, do you see ES?
Black screen.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, it's fucking beautiful. Oh yeah. I think it crashed, but it was phenomenal.
I saw it light up.
2 seconds of. Dude, it looked like it was running well too. It looked like it was.
I tried to load Lauren, but it crashed because there's too many items.
Dude, it ran well. No, dude, that looked like it was 30 to 60 FPS. That was beautiful.
I took a picture.
That was fucking astounding.
You see what it looked
Oh
like?
really? So you can see what I
I
saw.
don't know if it uploaded yet. Alright, well, I did what I came from.
Drove 6 hours. All right, man. Have a good one. No, but for real, that's cool shit, man.
That's
Good
awesome.
job. That's really cool.
Oh yeah.
It looked like it was running really well for 2 seconds.
So it is like 2 a.m. and we promised Indie Game Magazine we'd have all the assets done for our cover page today. And so we've been having to do a lot of shit because we just redid a lot of the engine, and especially with the specular and bump map generation, we're having problems because when it samples tiles, the way it's subsampling for the image processing, it puts a border around the edges of the tiles because it's sampling maybe like 4 pixels at a time, and there aren't 4 when it hits the edge. So when we put the tiles in game, the bump mapping is right, but it looks super tiled in the light, which makes it look like shit.
Oh, yeah. Like it's auto doing this like beveling.
Yeah, you see the beveling around them because it's only a 32 by 32 image. So open, like, look over here. So what we did, in theory,
that's why there, because of that. But
is in the ESTK. I sampled the image and I tried to image process. I extended the boundaries of the image. You see how it's basically repeating the last pixel for every column and row at the edge of the tile. And we're hoping that when we feed this into normal and specular generation programs, based on the way it samples for the algorithm, when it samples out of boundaries to do its averaging or whatever, we're hoping that we can trick the fucker into not looking all beveled and raw around the edges. And you know, we're out of time, so if this doesn't work, sucks to be us.
So we are working on gathering some screenshots for our IGN mag submission.
So part of it was like we like promote the fact we have like these lush, diverse environments and shit, like everything you can imagine. Yet we didn't fucking have that much. So poor Leandro, I'm like, dude, we need a fucking ice level.
Yeah.
I love ice levels. They're like so emotional and cold and fucking like
Icy.
my heart. Yeah. Love it. So been working on some ice feels right now for the screenshot stuff like that. So this is the base.
This has
ice
got all the
cave.
bump mapping and specular mapping.
It does. So Tyler's been working on. It's hard to see because the menu's affected by the darkness, which is recent. Which we should fix.
It's.
Tyler made a headlamp, so I can equip the headlamp.
Boom.
Boom. Lighting. So let me show you like kind of what things really look like. So this is the cave. It's bump mapped, specular map. It's really got the cold feels. And then Julian has this headlamp right here, which is something that we really wanted to play with for the lighting. Oh my god, I crashed the engine.
That happens.
Yeah, continue. So let's see. So with ES and with the lighting engine, we have like
Hit 5.
yeah.
That shit off.
We have like the potential to do a lot of things that no other 2D game has been able to do. Like we can make things creepy, we can make things dark, we can use darkness as a fundamental gameplay mechanic. We can make you have to wield a torch and light up a room and things like that because we have a true lighting engine and it looks really good. Like
how that area down in the tunnel further back is like.
yeah, you can see back here that it's affected by the pixel perfect shadows. We've got stuff going on back there, and we wanted this to be like, you know, you feel like you're really exploring fucking like ice caves deep underneath the earth.
I mean, there's no light. I mean, that's
right.
You're gonna have to have that light.
So light will definitely play a pretty big role into the game, and it lets us experiment and try out things that the genre never ever had.
These are some spoilers right here.
Yeah.
Well, hopefully by now, by the time people see this, the magazine will be out probably.
Hopefully, yeah. If not, oops.
For the record, this has never been shown before. Either
Never.
one of these.
Yeah, these are new biomes, completely new that we've developed from scratch. You know, for more diversity in the game and we're working on more levels. It's pretty sweet.
I heard a resounding Jesus.
I'm trying to figure out, we're in the middle of taking these screenshots, so I decided to turn the infamous zigs back on. And I was like, alright, cool, let me go down here and see what this guy's got going on.
Pricks.
There we go. Fucker.
See. Oh, it's a zig.
Yeah, and I was like, alright, cool, why hasn't he got a walking animation? What the fuck? And then, like...
Yeah, he's just a Jesus! What the fuck?
You hit the barrels and he exploded.
Oh, and then it crashed.
Well, yeah, because it added all the rigid bodies, and then they barreled, and then the barrels were breaking and making more barrels and tanks.
Dude, that's fucking awesome. So I want you to fucking explain to me why the torch is bleeding over there.
I really don't have any explanation. I've been staring at this for way too long, and there's... What's cool, though, because the pixel perfect shadows, you can see them over on the side.
Oh, really?
That's what really matters. So,
Oh, where?
right here. Come over.
You tell me you can see like oh, hell. That's crazy.
So,
Dude, it looks cool as shit. Like,
beyond that, like...
it looks really cool. Reverse whatever the fuck vectors.
Oh, well, yeah, it's...
He's like, I know fucking
No, I know.
linear algebra.
I know what it is, but I was just like, how the fuck is this even, like... First of all, I copied and pasted something, didn't realize I pasted it twice, blew my fucking mind. I'm like, this isn't making any sense, and I scroll up a little bit, I'm like, oh my god. So I can program and watch indie game movies at the same time.
Everyone here is sleeping. I'm the only one awake. Doing stuff. So I took the camera, and I'll show you what I'm doing. Or not. Fuck, I'm not good at this. Oh. Hi YouTube. Everyone's sleeping. I'm the only one at work. We're all so tired after a night and more than a day of developing.
Alright, so it's like 11. We all pretty much just woke up. We woke up to a phone call from Ouya Central TV wanting us to go live in front of like potentially thousands of viewers to promote our game, and we're just laying in bed like, oh shit.
Yeah, like, you were in the room, I was like, oh my god.
Oh yeah, well okay, they've been up all night. Right. It's a little terrifying, but I think we pulled it out of our asses pretty well.
Pretty good interview. It was good.
So, show me what you're up to. We're finishing up the Indie Game Magazine screenshots right now.
Had to rework the way that we're doing bump and normal mapping. We had the issue. Did we already show them about the padding?
Yeah. So we padded.
We did that.
So you're sitting here generating normal and bumps out your ass for the new screenshots.
Area by area, and I think I finally perfected the settings for the normal mapping. Fortunately, Crazy Bone doesn't let you batch the specular. So,
which is
I'm just
retarded.
going to use another program to do the whole sheet for the specularity.
Crazy Bump, if like any of you are fans of Adventures in Game Development and you're watching this, dude, why the fuck can you not batch the specular maps from like the command line or whatever, or whatever GUI? You should be able to do that. I feel like fundamentally that's a flaw. Please revise that. We love you anyway, but yeah, you might want to fix that.
You might want to fix that.
Dan over here. I don't know what the fuck he's doing. He's been up all night too. You were working on the Kickstarter page, and now it looks like you're helping with screenshots, right?
Yep, that's right.
Dude, show him what you showed me in the engine. It looked really cool. This is a tile sheet I do not believe we've really released to you guys. So this is a kind of a cave deal. He's got some really cool dynamic lights going on. This is going to be another level we're excited to show off. And those train tracks and these switches, I wonder what that kind of shit could be for. Surprise mini games. Leandro over here, dude, I feel so bad for him. Like,
I've been looking at this picture for like 2 days straight.
he comes to America, he gets off the plane, it's like, hey bro, we need you to do the cover art for like a magazine, because we're the cover story, so like, have fun. And he's been over here pixeling, this is the first they're seeing it, pixeling this gigantic, like intricate masterpiece. Let me get like a better view.
Yeah,
look at the level of detail. This is like pixel art, this entire thing. This is for our Indie Game Magazine cover, and he's just been working non-stop on this, and it's fucking amazing. Like, it's got our two main characters, it's got the Cubot. We think it really has a lot of the spirit of ES in it, and sorry you have to work your dick off so much for that. We're at about 36 hours without sleep, a little over 1 day before the Kickstarter, and check out what Tyler has done an amazing job.
Finalize the sword attack animations here, and
let me repeat, like 1 day before the Kickstarter.
Yeah. So whenever I put the sword, he just
jeez
can't quite like reach it on his back.
Oh my god! Let's grab an animated GIF of that, throw it on the Kickstarter page.
Yeah, looks good. I mean, look at this fire.
The combat of Elysian stoves. He's like, ugh, can't reach my sword.
Detaches his arms.
Alright, it's Leandro's last day here, so let's see what he's done. I feel really bad for him because he has...
the cover for IGM. The IGM magazine.
And it is a masterpiece, man. Zoom out over that. That is all pixel art, guys. So basically, he gets off the plane in America, and we're like, hey man, you gotta make a cover for a magazine. And he sat here and he had to pixel all of this in just a couple days.
Also, I have screen capped the whole process, and it's 36 hours.
How long have you been here?
Well, now 5 days, but I've done this in 3, I think.
Right. So he was here 3 days or 4 days, and he has 36 hours of pixeling. I feel so bad for you. It looks amazing though. You guys have to buy the magazine. It's awesome, and we want to make it as a poster for the Kickstarter also. It would make a really beautiful poster, and it really, there's Elysium in the background. See, this really shows off a lot of ES that we think it encompasses a lot of the game. There's our little Cubot dicking off with their bag in the corner. That's Julian, and that's the female lead, Erin. So yeah, buy the magazine. So this motherfucker is architecting a boss over here.
I guess you could say that.
So he's literally playing as the hand of this motherfucker. He's pissed off. He's gonna grab Julian.
He's a bit feelsy.
He's a little feelsy. Oh, he's a little render ordery restedy.
Yeah, things happen, man.
That's cool though. The animation looks good.
Yeah.
Very good. I see that he has smoke trails when he runs.
Yeah, that's a boss effect, man.
Well,
My boss, I mean Julian's entity.
I like
'cause he's back there somewhere. You kind of see him.
oh yeah, you can. That's
Just
hilarious. Awesome.
Hey everybody, I'm going to show off a little bit of how I make some weird noises, kind of background sound effects. This was used in both the Cave Boss and the ES main theme, and I'll play just the sound for you so you know what I'm talking about. It's really in the background now, you can't hear it very well unless you really pay attention for it sometimes, but it sounds like this. And so all that is actually is, I got my piano here, so if I play the piano, and then what I did first is I added a bit of phaser. Can't really hear it though unless you start mixing it with other stuff. Then this plugin called Homicide, which is crazy. So if you turn that on, then you get this. Then I added a bit of reverb, which is this reverb that comes with Sonar, which is awesome. I use it for all my reverb now. It's perfect. So you can hear a bit more reverb and kind of echo there, like it's in a cave more. And then I just use Easy Mix, and this comes, I don't remember if it comes with the Easy Drummer or if you get it separately. It's so long ago that I can't remember. But and I just put like a 8-bit crush reverb. So now that you put that on, did I turn it on? Yeah, and it sounds like this. So it just adds a little bit of reverb to the top. So if distortion to the top. So if I turn these all the way up, they're like here before. If I turn these all the way up, it sounds like this. Which is a little much, but it's still kind of cool. It sounds like it's in too much of a cave, so that's why it was turned down. Just about here, I think. But the main part of this is this Homicide plugin. So if these gain knobs here, if I turn this one down, then I get this. Doesn't have the same, at the end of the note it comes back in, but if I turn, like I'll just turn up some of these, I'll mess with them, see if it makes it sound different. So it's actually kind of, so that kind of makes it sound more like it's like a ghost screaming or something. That's actually kind of cool. So yeah, so if you listen really closely in the background, listen to the distorted stuff, usually it's just something simple like a piano, but then I just spend a bunch of time screwing around with the effects to get something cool out of it.
Alright, so we spent some time fundamentally fucking re-architecting some shit because, you know, that's what we do all day, every day.
Making last minute changes before the Kickstarter when we've got a priority list. Things happen.
So basically, like, this was one of the biggest complaints we received about the video, is the 3D perspective. People didn't like aesthetically how it looks like it's skewed, or the sprites are slightly distorted, you know?
Yeah, I mean, it looks like it is, but it is correct, so...
basically what we've done is we've implemented billboarding now in the engine, which was something we wanted to do initially, but we kind of ran out of time before the Kickstarter. So now,
before, after.
So please stop your bitching. It looks great.
Yes, it does.
So yeah, there's no more distortion. It looks like it has the same aspect ratio as it did in the orthographic projection, now in the perspective. So
and jumping and collision and combat and everything feels a lot better this way. Like you're not really like off center so much anymore with the way that other stuff is feeling. Like we tried to move away from y equals z, but apparently that's exactly what we needed. So another thing that we were trying to do was work on our normal maps. Before we were feeding every single tile through like Crazy Bump or something like that, and we were having issues because each tile is being judged by the one next to it, which you could have water next to grass, tree next to a barrel, and it doesn't quite understand how to handle that.
Right.
So what Patrick's been working on is actually been creating normal maps by hand.
In Sprite Lamp, right?
I guess this was in Photoshop, but
he photoshopped that?
All by hand. Every single one of these leaves and everything.
Oh, well, never mind. That is a very impressive gay pride tree.
Yeah, because Sprite Lamp doesn't do that good on the normal map generation itself unless you already have like all four.
Oh, he didn't have the lighting profile?
Yeah,
right.
He was playing with that, trying to figure out how to do that just right.
Right, so basically up till this point, all you've seen as far as normal and bump mapping has been auto-generated, you know? So the algorithms don't necessarily know how the light should interact at every point on an object in 3D space.
Depending upon the sheet, I use different ones too, because like Crazy Bump was really good with like the forest. It had much broader objects and structures, but for things like Lauren's shop interiors, I use like mine text and stuff. It was much better for the tiny little details, but the bigger stuff looked weird and beveled. So you can go from area to area and like the normal maps just don't look consistent. So,
right.
Again, it was all
full control.
Tech demo, like proof of concept stuff, but depth map, ambient occlusion, and normal maps.
He's generating these all by hand.
Yeah. This is what
the results are spectacular. These are various shaders like showing off like the effects we can do.
Just different kinds of lights.
So now basically like every object in ES, he'll be able to hand draw the way that the light interacts with it truly in 3D space. And another modification we're making to the shader is we're actually like dynamically changing the warmth and the I don't know what the hell the artistic term is.
Hue.
He calls it the hue, warmth, and fucking coldness of the fucking light. I don't know because I'm a programmer. I don't really speak artistic, but like
what's really cool, you can notice here too, is like you can see like the I guess crevasse of the fucking roots and stuff.
Right, right.
That's something we weren't really able to do correctly from before, because every normal map that we've worked with up until this point is biased like left, right, up, down somehow. To where like as you throw a fireball past it may look right like that, but if you go this way it doesn't look right.
Right.
Or obviously flipping a tree or something like that, like some stones, it flips and you go to throw a fireball past it and like you're catching light on the wrong surface.
Right.
Because that's what the normal map is. But with this you can see it looks good from up, down, left, right.
Right. Basically we're taking it up a notch. We're adding a bunch of stuff to the fragment shaders, and while Tyler and I are busy with doing all the PR and bullshit of running a Kickstarter campaign, the artists are hard at work fucking basically like establishing their style. Yeah, R&D really, like figuring out how to auto-generate all this by hand so that like they have pixel perfect control over how the light interacts with it in full 3D space.
Has been a trooper in this. I know he's been working his butt off, and he was, I guess, slightly intimidated, but being Patrick, he's like, I will dominate. And he has. Like this.
Careful, we're going to pump his ego up too much.
Well, he's got a lot of work left to do. So.
No, it looks awesome, and now he's going to make me like fundamentally change the shaders. Oh well. Now it's time for the Kickstarter update. So basically we're sitting at $98,092, which is just about $100K, which is 2/3 of the way funded, and we're only now hitting the halfway point, so we're still kicking ass. And what's really funny, I just want to tell you guys this, like even I didn't see this coming, sorry Facebook. If you look at like our sales, guess what is selling the most of everything? The Sega Dreamcast. Like even I didn't think that like there was that big of an audience for the Dreamcast still. Even I figured, oh, PC will outsell it eventually, you know, but it's really not the case. And it seems like a lot of people who know that we're on Steam and who have PCs or PC gamers, a lot of them are still digging out their Dreamcasts just for ES and picking it up just for that. So it's kind of badass. Like kind of feels like we're,
you know, like riding a new wave of the Dreamcast, kind of like resurrecting it. I don't know. It's kind of fucking awesome. Alright, so we just added a bunch of add-ons too. We added the add-ons for digital and physical copies of VS Extra in case you want it for multiple platforms, because you totally do, because it's going to be different on every platform. So you can also, if you're getting the Dreamcast version, you can get like every casing, like European, US, and Japanese. We added a strategy guide for digital and physical as an add-on in case you didn't get that with your tier. Oh yeah, we also added an add-on by popular demand for our dev notebooks. So like if you didn't know what this is, if you've been following Adventures in Game Development, basically like this is where Tyler and I like document everything we do code-wise in the engine and toolkit. It's basically like our mad scientist journals that like go into way too much detail in the code and stuff like that. So if you were ever interested in like the lighting engine, the physics, or how any of that works, might want to look at that add-on. I think it's just $10 right now, which, considering it's basically my life's work, I think it sounds legit, right? So we have a bunch of other add-ons that we are working on right now. Who knew this stuff would be popular? But like, so we've gotten a lot of requests for like t-shirts, coffee mugs, keychains, things like that have the Elysian Shadows brand, logo, maybe some screenshots, but we've also gotten, screenshots, I don't know about that. We've also gotten a lot of requests for Adventures in Game Development branded merch, because, you know, you totally want a t-shirt that says, well, or a coffee mug that says, like, your code has fundamentally fucking rested, so that's kind of going to be awesome. I wish I could pledge to my own Kickstarter, I would get one of those. We've also gotten a lot of questions about, pertaining to accepting cryptocurrencies like Bitcoin, Litecoin, and Dogecoin, whatever the hell, yeah. And PayPal as forms of payment. So here's the deal with that. If we accept those, and God forbid we fail the Kickstarter for whatever reason, we will be obligated to pay you back, and it's not automatic. So we don't have to keep up with all that shit or have to go through any hassle. We're going to wait until we hit the goal, and then we're going to start accepting all forms of currency for pledging to the campaign. So just hold on. Once we hit 150K, we'll be unlocking those. So now that the initial hype from Gamescom has died down, we actually have some really big things in the works. It really sucks because all the gaming journalists were like, yeah, we'd love to cover Elysian Shadows, but like, we're in Germany right now and we're covering this, so like, kind of sucked for us. We kind of took a hit from that. But anyway, now that they're back, we have some really big things in the works. We just did a really big interview with Red Bull Games that we're excited about, because those guys are genuinely badasses. We're going to be on the local news here in Huntsville, Alabama. For all 2 of you that are in this area, tune into Channel 19 on Monday. I think Monday, that's when we're doing the interview. I don't know when it actually airs. I don't know. Maybe Monday. Oh yeah, and we're redoing a whole bunch of content for the Kickstarter page, taking new screenshots, doing new animations, showing a bunch of gameplay, releasing a bunch of storyline concepts, and things like that haven't been seen before. So this is going to be a really big week for us. So please keep doing what you're doing, help get the word out, please keep sharing it with your friends. If you know anyone in the gaming press or gaming community, please keep posting us on message boards, that's really helpful. Sharing us on Facebook, on Twitter, on Google+, also follow us there because we keep posting updates and we keep people entertained there. It's actually kind of cool, in between Adventures in Game Development. And remember, every dollar seriously counts, and I'm not just saying that. We have a $1 pledge tier. Although if you do $5, you get the feels, so it's even better. But even if you give $1, there's like 9,500 of you. That's a huge deal. We could easily break 100 grand like overnight. And even if you get $1, you're still subscribed to all of our updates in Kickstarter, the private comment section, and all that. So you are actually getting something out of the dollar. Not to mention, like, we will personally thank you, and like, you know, we might be able to afford toilet paper now. But yeah, please keep doing that. Please keep helping the hype train go. Also, don't forget, we're still on Steam Greenlight, so we're doing really well. I would assume we'll probably be greenlit fairly shortly, but you can totally expedite the process, please, by going to Steam and giving us a yes vote there. So, thank you very much. Stay tuned. Oh shit, yeah, right. Tomorrow we are doing a live stream Q&A session, and we're going to try doing this like every weekend now while the Kickstarter's going on, just like, you know, kind of like hang out and ask us whatever you want, hopefully throw money at us. We'll like do whatever you want, like jump off the roof or whatever for some money, explain some shaders to you. It's going to be awesome.